Hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Last time, we picked up the remaining items of Umbra, the remaining whatever they're called. And I feel like that's an important achievement, and I didn't really have any plans for what to do in this video then. And then I realized that, like, Yamato is right here. And it would be just so much faster to take care of the thing that I'm supposed to take care of in Yamato first. And then go elsewhere than it would be to go elsewhere and then come all the way back. So we're gonna do that. I don't remember exactly what I do have to do in Yamato, but I do remember that there is a... I think it was in here. There's like catacombs or something that I had to do. And I don't really believe we got very far in here. I'm pretty sure we just kind of hit a dead end. I don't know if I'm just going to be able to continue now that I have the Umbra whatever, or if I'm going to have to talk to someone like upstairs in the palace. When both gems shine, the Eye of Truth. Oh, both gems. I do have 2 gems now. Do I have to do something with them? Emperor Unon in the last video, or 2 videos ago, or whatever, did say something about you would be able to come back here and do a thing. Let's go talk to this one. The Crimson Gem points the way to the one who sleeps beneath the land. Yeah, that was not cryptic at all. Cutscene is happening, apparently. Very nice. Okay. This is turning into a proper dungeon. So are we gonna have to, like, one by one turn off these sand streams? And do that to descend farther and farther? It looks like we are. Okay, did I mean to do that yet? I wanted to jump across those. Alright. So that's not gonna be an option. Yeah. So that does seem to be where we're going with this. Alright. I like dungeons that are designed like this. So with the qualification that I've never actually played Ocarina of Time, and I've never had to deal with the like, apparent nightmare fuel that was the Water Temple, I do like when dungeons in games like this... Alright, I thought that was going to be a dead end. I do like when dungeons in games like this make use of verticality. And I think I am going to have to slide these around and connect these circuits. Like this. And if I do this... Oh, wait, no, that was the wrong one. Hang on, let me... Alright, this is gonna take a little bit to fix. Let me go move this one out. And it's the one right, like, immediately next to me that I want to use here. No, it isn't, actually. No. Was I right the first time? Wait a minute. I think... Oh no, it's the other one over here, the one that I haven't been focused on. Alright. Yeah, I need to make the squiggle go in this direction if I want to be able to complete the circuit. And we can go do this. And I think this one I'm going to want to... Okay, I see. I wasn't sure for a minute, and then I'm just playing in my head how this is gonna go if I imagine where the charge is gonna move. But we're going to want to take this route, and then I don't know if we're gonna have to like hit a button to take the fork in the circuit, or if it's just gonna be smart enough to do it on its own. It's gonna be smart enough to do it on its own. Okay, so now we can talk to this one, and the red orb. Groudon is going to be pleased with our findings, and he's gonna remove some of this earth, sand, whatever. Okay. That's 2 out of 4. And if I go back, let's see. I think I'm going to want... Alright, before I move anything, I do see sparkles here. Not that button. I do see sparkles here. And that looks like it's gonna be another teleporter. Yeah, alright. So that's gonna be another teleporter. And if I remove this one, and if I move it in place of this one, if I were to get back to the top somehow, and I'll figure out exactly how I'm gonna do that later, but if I were to get back to the top somehow, we can do that. But the question is exactly how I'm gonna get there, because... Oh no, I know how I'm gonna get there. I know exactly how I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna use the other one. And, alright, they're like, can I just move this out of the way, please? So now, when we push this in here, this bottom teleporter, not really a teleporter, it's more like, what would you even call this, like a conduit? And anyway, that's gonna allow us to take a slightly different path than we did before. And that is going to bring us to this treasure chest. That is Thunder Crown. Is that a cursed item? I feel like that was a cursed item in the last game. It's red and ominous looking. Yeah, that is cursed. That's gonna raise my defense by a decent amount. Not a lot, but it's probably gonna be noticeable in combat, like the reduction in damage. Actually, for just a crown, maybe not by this point. But anyway, it is cursed, and I don't want a cursed item, so I'm not gonna be equipping that. All right, let's get out of here. And with the sand level one level down from what it was before, I think we can now have a little bit of fun. Take this path, and we can proceed farther into the dungeon. Okay. What's in the next room? Well, I hear it. I hear sand, that's for sure, in my my left ear specifically. And if we come in here, alright, this is a different color, isn't it? Or is it just like the lighting? It could be an illusion. The truth seeker who faces darkness will be rewarded with might to split the earth. Alright, that is different. That's a gold plaque thing and not a, like, red one. Alright, let's put a pin in that and come back to it. So let's go up this way instead. And if I walk in here, alright, carpet retract and post, I see 2 ladders in the sand here, which tells me that that's going to be part of the next puzzle. I mean, I think that was fairly obvious by this point, but, so we've got another one of these. You have to slot the connectors in the correct, like, parts of the circuit. The fact that you're in the way is not helping. Let me just move all of these out so that I can actually, like, see where the lines are going. Alright, so that one... So I see that this one's not, like, not horizontal. This one's leading vertical. These are a little more complicated than the last ones were. I think I'm gonna want to put... What if I put this here? This one here. And then, would I be able to take the other teleporter conduit thingy, like... Can I... This is where it would be nice if I could have a little more control over the camera so that I can see what's up there. Well, we'll start with that. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'll sit here and try to, figure out an alternate place to go. Alright, search. Again, hitting the wrong button to use synergy. Search. And I'm actually not going to be able to take that from here, I think, because I think I saw when I was zipping through when the camera zoomed out a little bit that, like, there's another search thing over there. So being able to reveal that is good. Definitely is gonna be a step in the right direction. But I think maybe instead we'll want to put this one here. And... let's see, that's gonna go, because the path is gonna come in from the top. The circuit's gonna come in from the top. And, alright, yeah, this last one is just gonna go here. Looks like there's a couple of different routes that you could take to make this work, but I don't know if I'm gonna need all of them. I probably will at some point, but for now, let's jump on here. And we should have a connection to this one. Alright, we're gonna need a blue orb for this, are we? Stop hitting the Y button instead of the X button. We're gonna go and use search again. And that's going to form another link. Let's see what we'll be able to do with that. And in the meantime, the Azure Gem, what? The Azure Gem, Azure, really, I think it's Azure, not Azure. But it's gonna make the sand sink. Okay, shifting sands. So that's 3 out of the 4. And now I'm going to have to figure out, can I take this back? What's the point of having that connection? Like... oh, I know what the point of having that connection is. Wait. So let me go this way. I'm gonna wanna reconnect there. And I'm going to want to move this one out. And I think I'm done with this one. I don't think I need it anymore. And I'm going to want to move the other one where it was. I thought you were going to lock onto the wrong one for a minute. And I'm going to be able to make use of the connection that I just created. The teleporter things that I just revealed. The access points. We'll call it that. That sounds cool. And we'll be able to zip over to this side. I like how the color of those of that little charged particle thing is, you know, cycling through the colors of the elements. Nice little detail. And now we can talk to you. Hello. All right, so this is gonna be a fight. And now that we're fighting this genius, should I bother to try and use synergy? I think Venus is weak to Jupiter, right? Let's use Jupiter on you and see if that's super effective. I mean, I could try and put you to sleep, I guess. Alright, let's see how much damage this does. So Swift is gonna do... alright, you are weak to Jupiter. I'm slowly sort of kind of getting a hang of the elements in this game, after however long it's been. We're gonna unleash Chain, that's gonna bind you. That's probably not gonna do a lot of damage, yeah, but it did hit a couple of times, which I like. And, missed. Alright, have I been haunted? I'm haunted. Alright. Anyway, let's go and try and use some of these. Oh, that was the only one I had? Whatever. Let's use some of the other Genie. Fighting Genie with Genie feels like appropriate in their own ways. You know, I can summon things. Let's summon Flora. Alright. Actually, that was part Earth. Maybe I won't summon Flora. Do I not have enough other elements? Maybe I don't have enough other elements. Okay, I guess. Sure. We can stab you to reduce your attack. We can do some other things. Yeah, see, I don't really want to use any buffing moves here because I do want this fight to be over, but if I can just get some Genie out there so that I can do a summon later, maybe. And that'll be good enough for me. Nope, not needed. Failed the Venus Genie. 7,000 experience. Tyrell gained a level. Someone in backup gained a level, didn't see who. And you are going to join our party. What's your name? Hemlock. The spirit is associated with death. I can tell. And is found in the ruins of Yamata. Hemlock's grim power sentences the living to imminent death. So is that like a 1-hit KO move? Interesting. So let's get out of here. I think I'm done in this room, and with the one the third sand shut off, sand source shut off, we can probably go downstairs and be on our way. Let's see. So if I'm keeping count, I'm gonna have 55 genie now. Wonder how many I'll actually have by the end of the game. I will be astonished if I somehow collect all 72. I'm not planning on going and catching them all, but all the same. Let's go. I guess if I needed to, I could carpe retracta my way across that chasm, right? I'm within range. I guess that would just be a little bit shorter than hopping. I don't know if anything's going to happen to these blocks, which is going to... Actually, not even really. Not even going to be that much shorter than hopping. I don't know if anything is going to happen to these blocks. Oh, wait. There's... Okay. That was just for the treasure chest. So a cookie... Himi got that one. Is that a, Oh, raise max PP permanently? I'm gonna give that... Well, I'm gonna use that on Aeolio. Because Aeolio doesn't have a lot of PP. Everyone else is really fine. Nobody else has really ever run out. I have low PP, actually. Maybe I'll give that one to me. But, since Aeolio has that one big fire attack that consumes 23 at a time, once in a while he will start running low. More so than the rest of my party. So we're gonna go zip across here again, and now I can use that as a way to get through to the next location. All right, we're gonna go back upstairs for this one, and I guess I just have to show you the orb again. So the Azor orb. And that's 4 out of 4. And with that, we can go downstairs. There wasn't anything else up there, right? Oh, I came in that way, didn't I? Okay, never mind. Because there was sand, I wouldn't have been able to use that ladder until like 2 seconds ago. So let's go through here, and... if I jump over... Wait. That was where I came from. I did take the ladder to get there. In that case, what was the other? I kind of want to... Can I undo that? I want to know what the other thing was. The other, like, out the door, if I were to go downwards out of that map. Anyway. That looks impressive downstairs, whatever it is. Am I finally going to fight a boss? It's been, like, a really long time since I fought a boss. Alright, that was the one I saw earlier. I hope I fight a boss. I want to fight a boss. Alright. Let me decrypt all my genie. Why am I suddenly hitting Y all the time instead of X? Let me decrypt all my genie. And, that also did the ones in backup. I am haunted. That's right. Can I unhaunt myself? I guess I can just, like, die and revive, and that'll get rid of the status. And there's nothing I can do about that, so I'm just gonna have to go into the next fight, if there is one, while I'm haunted. I'm gonna end this off here. My name is Dragonite. This has been Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Next time, I really hope I'm fighting a boss, because I have not fought a lot of bosses recently. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. And I will see you all later.